lot of people feel like they've lost touch with who they really are. Why do you think that disconnection is so common today?
In one newspaper today,
Yes.
there's more information than a person in the Middle Ages would take in a lifetime.
Wow.
We're living with a lot of false alarms. Over time, we're surviving. The good news is your body is incredibly intelligent. I worked with an Aikido master and it was incredible. And what they do is whatever's coming at you, you're not resisting and pushing against. You take the energy and you roll. So, I always say to people, you can rant as much as you want, but when you rant, be doing like tapping or telling your body, this isn't a trauma, I don't have to hold this. So somatics bring you into the present moment. When you get the subconscious and the conscious aligned, so you're just breathing, you're just moving your body, you're just present.
Yeah.
Magic happens.
What is happening, beautiful people? This is the Empowered Human Podcast. This podcast is part of Empowered Human Tribe. Some journeys change your life. This is one of them. From the 15th to the 22nd of November, we are going to India. We're going to Varkala for Empowered Wellness Escape, designed for people who have been carrying a lot. To find out more, head over to empoweredhumantribe.co.uk. And big love to our sponsor, Life Lab Supplement. They produce high quality wellness supplements and help other brands build their own. Check them out at lifelabsupplement.com. Before we dive in, go ahead and subscribe, leave a rating, and share this podcast with someone you love. Now, take a deep breath. Open your mind and let's dive in. A lot of people feel like they've lost touch with who they really are. Why do you think that disconnection is so common today?
Well, I think one of the there are many. It's multi-layered, but one of the main reasons is we at the moment are living in a world that we've not quite evolved to live in yet.
Yeah.
If you think about how long we've been evolving, and we've had, whenever changes have happened, we've taken long, hundreds, sometimes thousands of years to adapt.
Yeah.
And if you think about how much the world has changed, last 100 years, the last 50, even the last 10 years, we're kind of living at this pace now that the body's not yet caught up with. So because actually at a very basic level, your body responds to stress in a way that it gets ready to save its life. So something happens, you get ready for either flight or fight. There's also freeze, but what we haven't evolved yet is to really understand when the stressors are real. So we're living with a lot of false alarms. So your computer crashes, you miss a bus, you're going for that deadline. And then over time, we're surviving. We're in this kind of survival loop of, do you know what, I'm just going to get through today. I'm just going to get to the holiday. I'm just going to get to Christmas. I'll sort that out later.
Yeah.
And the amount of information that is being taken in as well, because apparently in one newspaper today, there's more information than a person in the Middle Ages would take in a lifetime.
Wow.
So again, I just think
overload.
It's the pure pace.
Yeah.
Plus, we are living in electromagnetics that we've not yet quite evolved to be in, and there's pollutants, there's things in our food. So we've got all this. We're living in a world that is not naturally attuned to our energy and how we function.
Yeah. I love that because I think one thing that I hear a lot as well is when it comes to especially comparison on social media back in, I don't know, those days, you only know about your next door neighbor, but now know about the whole world.
Yeah.
And that is a lot. So how do we begin to tune out the noise?
The noise. I mean, to be honest, I think the good news is your body is incredibly intelligent, and we can evolve so we can really enjoy what we've created. Because a lot of people then say, "Oh, we're not going to go backwards. We're not going to." And actually, it's not about that. It's about blending. For me, the more we blend in the ancient and the modern, because in many ways we've thrown the baby out with the bathwater, that we're evolving at this pace. We're now in a world that we're probably safer than we've ever been.
Wow.
Your life isn't in danger on a daily basis for most people on this planet.
Yeah.
And yet we live in this perpetual state of survival. So when you start to have a dialogue with your body, start to recognize, start to get more present, and the area I'm most passionate about is working with somatics, because there's such an ancient wisdom in your body is always working for you. And actually life is always working for you.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
And I think the first thing is it's a mindset switch. There's so much we can do. And also bringing your focus to what can I do, not what I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Because then everything, it's a bit of a contradiction. Everything I just said about we're living here, it's great to know that stuff.
Yeah.
But then the next question is, okay, what can I do?
What do you do with it? Yeah.
And how can I start to honor this kind of the fact that we are part of nature, we do have these natural rhythms, and listen.
Yeah.
When you start to listen, when we just stop and we stop the stories, the continual stories that are there, and just get curious. Curiosity is a great tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
The moment you want to ask a lot of questions, then you're opening up, okay, what is there? What is possible? So the way I work as a coach, and we work at A Handpicked Life, is we work with 3 principles that are reflection. So you get aware of what you're doing. Self-knowledge, so getting to know yourself through a practice where you'll wipe the slate clean. It's a time to get to peace, to drop the stories and just get curious. And also ways of understanding through methods like human design, astrology. I know you've met Hannah.
Human design blew my mind.
Honestly, and just know there are many different systems, and it's not about putting yourself into a box. It's about, okay, let's play with this.
Absolutely.
Get to know yourself more, see what works for you, leave what doesn't work, take what does, and build on it. And the third principle is action, because what we often do, we're really good at going, I know this doesn't work, and I know I should do this, and I know, and yet
we don't do it.
And that's where the other 2 principles really support you, because you get to know yourself in a practice. You get to, in a reflection, you get to that point of honesty, and then and it's very difficult to, if you're doing an honest reflection, keep hearing yourself say something and not eventually go, okay, I've got to do something now. So I've
got a lot of questions from that. First of all, I want to understand what the actual meaning of somatics. I hear the word, but what does it actually mean?
So in a broader sense, somatics, it's a body felt experience. So it's about, it's not about mind and body, because the mind is your body. We're living history books. So every single thing that's ever happened to you is recorded in your body. Really, the best way to look at somatics is you're dropping into your subconscious mind rather than the conscious. So when you get to those places where, you might be saying, I know I don't need to feel jealous or angry. I know that I keep doing this and I'm jeopardizing where I want to go. That's this split between the conscious mind and unconscious, where consciously you can say as many affirmations as you like, you can get yourself into a good mindset. But if you've got a belief there that somehow that is saying, but you're not good enough, but people are going to laugh at you. Remember that time in high school when you stood up and you sang and everybody laughed?
Wow.
It's these things that are held in us. That when the beauty of when you start to work somatically you are starting the dialogue with that deep part of yourself. Now, for me, somatic practices are the yoga, meditation, breath work, emotional freedom technique. For some people, it may be working in nature, fire making, mountain climbing, anything where you're present and you're giving yourself a chance to wipe the slate clean. There's no story in your head. This is who I am. These are the colours I like. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm not. And just to that place of presence. So somatics bring you into the present moment.
Yeah.
And right now, if you think about it, even though you're sitting here as your past, because it's in your body, when you get the subconscious and the conscious aligned, so you're just breathing, you're just moving your body, you're just present. Magic happens. You start to build this layer of peace, first of all. You begin to get beneath the stress response, like the habitual responses. And it gives you a chance for also your body a chance to talk to you, because sometimes you will have a memory or you'll suddenly have a realization that you can't hear below the noise, like when we're rushing, when we're just getting through. So somatic practices are that is a chance to drop into that, into the present, and to really feel, how am I feeling rather than what am I thinking? What am I experiencing over, what should I be doing?
How can everyday people start on that journey? And how can you foster an environment that allows you to reconnect with your unconscious self?
I think it's focusing within, first of all, because for one thing, no matter where you're at, no matter how low a point you are or what chaos is going on around you, the only thing you've ever got real control over is your response. And the more you get into that, I'm just going to start small. I think one of the reasons we fall off the wagon is we make too big a promises. We set too bigger goals. And actually, then you don't get your small wins. Then you're not kind of, when you get to the end of the day and you're reflecting, okay, what was really good about today? How did I support myself? Actually, I did that practice this morning, and for that 5 minutes, I felt really, I did that. I got up for myself. I said that I was going to do that. I met that friend for coffee because I've been feeling cut off and lonely, and I made a step forward. Small steps, and start where you are. Because that's the other thing. You can only start where you are. It's a bit, but however, when you just say, okay, this is where I'm at now. How can I be getting into bed tonight and look back and go, I just added a few things and that felt good. And finish on the good.
Finish on the good.
Always, the more you can keep. I love that. I love the analogy. Do you know Aikido, the martial art?
No, I don't know, but tell me about it.
Well, it's like, I'm not an Aikido. But it's about, I've worked with an Aikido master and it's incredible. And what they do is whatever's coming at you, you're not resisting and pushing against. You take the energy and you roll. So whatever I remember him saying to like 5 of us, just attack me. And we all ended up just rolled and, just like, but he just took it and took it and went. And it's just such a great way to go, okay, where am I going to direct this? Because what we end up doing is fixating on the problem. Reminding ourselves, God knows how many times a day, how terrible it is or how stuck I am or how stupid I am or it's not. And the more you start to go, how do I want to feel? What do I want my life to look like? And how can I direct my energy to do that? And then when you do that, acknowledge it, because, we're like, because of the way our survival is set up, you have 10 good things happen to you in a day and 2 bad ones. You're going to go to bed thinking about the bad ones. Unless you engage your conscious mind and go, okay, what was good? Let's go back. What did I do? What did I do to support myself? Look for the good in the world, remind yourself, because whenever we go into survival, we close down, and then all your options close down. So you think, and it's really, you do lose your judgment, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You lose your judgment. And that's why reflection is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
If you can do it with somebody else, if you can do it within a community, even better, because
you're getting that
support. Well, you've managed to get a mirror, you get the support back.
Okay, yeah.
There's something about being witnessed which we're all looking for. That's that's where people pleasing comes in. That's when we're running through hoops to get the next achievement, to do the next thing. Because on a tribal basis, we need each other. We need to connect. We want to connect.
Yeah.
But the subject can get bigger and bigger. But, the way our cultures run is very much on, we can't trust yourself, you can't trust anyone. We learn very young, conditioning starts young, that you don't know what's good for you, but you do know what's good for you. And you watch any child, they absolutely know.
Yeah.
And the more we're, in our culture, we're not necessarily encouraged. It's like, this is the way the world works. This is what's important. This is what you should learn.
Yeah.
And I think when you lose touch with that, then you lose touch with who you really are. There's that dissatisfaction creeps in, and then you're working for survival because we want to connect, we want to belong.
Yeah.
Now, when you connect in a way that you go, do you know what? Let's support each other. Let's get together and celebrate each other.
Yeah.
Let's remind each other what's working, or even having a space where you can go, okay, so this month it's been a bit up and down, but what I did do, and having someone remind you, what are you going to do tomorrow? What will you do with this? I hear you, because we all want to be heard. We all want to be seen. I hear you, but I'm not gonna feed your pain. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to hold that, but let's move through it.
Yeah.
That's when we evolve. That's when without a doubt, we all need that. I know there are people that are completely lone wolves.
Yeah.
Not many.
Not a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and often those people want to be out in nature. They've got a relationship in other ways.
Yeah, they connect to something else.
Yeah, but we have a relationship with life, and the more you've got that sense of belonging, the less you're going to jump through hoops to get it.
I would love to know your thoughts on AI and how, because the way I see it, I feel like we've never be, we're quite lonely as a society, and it's becoming more, and with AI and things coming on, people are becoming more isolated. What are your thoughts on it? Because I would love your thoughts on AI as a coach.
Do you know what? I think like anything else.
Yeah.
What you do with it, how you use it, and it's like, is it using me or am I using it?
Oh,
whatever you're doing, and there is a fine line between your conditioning, keeping you going through fear. We're really good at hiding from ourselves.
Yeah.
Of going, no, this is really good for me, and this is great, and I've got all these AI friends. I don't need,
and
we're good at, this is what your addiction really driving you.
Yeah,
that's where your practice comes in. That's when that second principle of, are you just wiping the slate clean every day? Keep going quiet, going to truth.
Yeah,
I love that saying. The truth will set you free. Because it does. The moment you just get that sense of honesty, of confession to yourself, okay, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling jealous, I'm really self-sabotaging, then you can do something about it. And that's where your practice comes in. So going back to AI, I'm not a massive techno, I'm 60, I'm not I'm not completely in that, in the world. Bits of it are fantastic, I use it, and it's great. Again, asking myself, is this helping me? And at the end of the day, going back to somatics, it's like, does it really bring me joy?
Mm.
And your practice will get to that fine line between filling an addiction, filling a hole, and true joy.
Gotcha.
And it does take commitment. It does take self-discipline, not willpower. Willpower will bust you through something. Yeah. But a gentle discipline. Okay, I've fallen off the boat. I'm going to get back. How can I support myself? How can I go back? Creating a good framework that holds you. And that's what I would ask that question. It's like, okay, when you're reflecting, am I really fulfilled? How does it feel if it went away tomorrow? That's another really good question.
That's a good one, yeah.
Because as soon as you get that, I need that, you're in prison.
Yeah. You
are in prison because that's not really fulfilling. That's got you.
Mm.
You know, and it's the same with anybody in your life. You know, of course there are people, the thought of them
leaving
you know, but you really want to get to that place of going, I can hold myself.
Yeah.
You know, I can. And, you know, particularly in those things, I need this, I've got to have that. How does it feel if I said I'm going to take your phone away for the day?
Yeah, true.
You know, and if that's the case, just go, do you know what? I'm going to put it in a drawer for an hour every day.
Yeah.
I want to own me. I want to be the one that makes the decision. So, and this is where a community does really help. Because you ask each other those
questions.
You know.
Yeah. Like for me, like on my phone, I've had to like turn off all notification. I put it on do not disturb. Even if someone rings me, like I get the missed call, but I have to ring them back because then I'm like, I'm making that choice. It's not someone reminding me, oh, someone's tagged you in a picture. It's like, I don't really care about that. Literally. And it's got like they've got you hooked. Yeah. My other question I was going to ask you, I was talking about energy, how energy is meant to be released. What if you're a person that's held on to a lot of energy over the years and you want to start, you know, releasing that? Where do you begin?
So are you talking about like traumatic
stuff? Yeah.
So you've had a lot of experiences. I mean, I would certainly, depending on, you know, what has happened, consider professional help, like getting a one-on-one for sure.
Yeah.
You know, the way we work at A Handpicked Life it is a self-practice.
Got you.
But there we have regular meets, so that we will meet with. Yeah. How I work as a coach is like you'll see me, but really you're making the decision for a practice. You may want to work alongside a therapist.
Yeah.
To do that. However, if you were, I would, you know, what often happens is. We've got this story about ourselves, like all this has happened, I'm damaged, I'm in a mess. The moment you go, okay, how do I get to peace? Let me just do this breath work. Let me tap all over my body and get a strong sensation somatically. Because sometimes, you know, people feel numb. You know, often saying to someone, what lights you up? Be joyful. It's like, what? And I've been there, you know, I know that thing when you're riddled with anxiety, when you're kind of, so it's like, how can I just begin to find peace? And you start to, there's a lovely saying in Chinese medicine, if you put a piece of paper down every day, by the end of the year, you've got this board you can't break.
Wow.
And what I've really seen in coaching is, and experienced myself, is when you get to a point when you look back and you suddenly go, oh yeah, I didn't react then. I didn't feel jealous. I didn't get angry. I didn't get ill that time of it. That's when you know your foundation's there. And so it's this steady, you know, going back to the real basics. How did I do today? What can I do tomorrow? It doesn't matter where you're at. Yeah. It really doesn't matter in that way. The only thing I would assess is you don't want to open a can of worms and if you and again let your somatic feeling tell you. It's like if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're panicking, if you're, you know, whatever it is, and then there's a time to stop and get help. Yeah. However, the beauty of working with somatic, you start to build the dialogue. So even like a very simple exercise when we hold our head, I mean, we call this oh my God points, because, you know, you'll do this, you'll do that. you're trying to draw the blood into the forebrain. When we get the blood into the forebrain, you can feel calm.
Yeah.
So simple things of holding the head and breathing.
So like
yeah.
What if actually do it?
You can do that.
Yeah.
We've got fear and panic points on the back of the neurovascular
now you got me interested. So like what are the points?
So these are neurovascular points. So they're points that work neurologically and with the vascular system.
Okay.
So basically what you do is we always try and do it from here.
Yeah.
Calm. So like, I'll just give an example. If you're having a panic attack and it's like, I need to calm. Oh my God, I'm having a panic attack. And then the resistance to the panic attack makes it worse.
Yeah.
And it's always the resistance. It actually takes 90 seconds for an emotion to pass through you.
90 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
So say, for example, you went, instead of going, I'm anxious, it's like you just go, okay, my heart's racing, my stomach's gone tight. And you've got tools in your toolkit that and everyone has first aid ones. This is one of my first aiders. I love this. And it's just, okay, I don't have to go into a story here, because if it lasts longer than 90 seconds, you've attached a story. You've started thinking about it. The thoughts have more emotion. That builds the thought, we tumble down. And it's not about thinking positive, because that can cause more anxiety. Yes. It's not about, look at the birds and the trees. It's like, okay, this is where I'm at. Be seen. It's like if a child comes to you and it's hurt, you're not going to go, oh, just go away. Don't do it. It's like, okay, you're going to listen. We don't do that to ourselves. We tell ourselves, you've been silly, you've got to move on. So even just going, this is where I'm at in this moment.
Yeah.
Everything passes. That's always a nice one to tell you. So it's
everything
all passes. Yeah. Right now I'm safe. I am safe. And holding the head. The other one, when you find yourself doing this.
Yeah.
Well, the triple warmer energy pathway that runs up the finger here, that governs the stress response. And even sedating that, that always feels nice.
Yeah.
Doing that, or you can take it all the way down. And when you start to get to, it's just such a wonderful, it just opens this whole box of, we live in this body with knobs and switches and things
of course,
you can really, you're then talking directly to your subconscious, directly to your body, and you're helping your body to find the right physiology to say, we're safe, we're calm.
It's almost like a reminder that we're good. Yeah.
And also when you've got that, you feel safer, because you can rely on, you can rely on yourself, because that's the big thing. Not feeling safe in your own body, not knowing that you're going to show up for yourself, not knowing, preempting the next panic attack, or when you don't feel safe, then you're in that place where you're always relying on the outside to be okay, the environment to be okay, in order for you to feel okay.
Yeah.
And when you start to build your little practices and get to know yourself and know what works, there's it's your self-esteem. You're building your self-esteem, your confidence in the fact that our bodies are incredible.
I love that.
Absolutely amazing.
Because I hear a lot of that, listen to your body. Yeah. So like, that's what that means. I want to delve a little bit into your techniques, because now you've got me curious. Paint me a picture of what it would look like if I was to come to you.
For a coaching session?
Yeah.
Ooh, so I guess that, we always I'd always start with where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And things like, what do you want your life to, how do you want to feel? And then, so that's normally like the premise, because often people will come with, they know exactly what's wrong, what they want to change. And again, looking at Aikido, you're focusing there. And what you focus on, you get more of. So the first thing that I do is let's turn this to where you want to go. And this isn't about putting a plaster on a broken leg and going, oh, forget all that stuff. We will address that, because it will come up in the present moment. Then with somatic practices, because we've got a membership platform, and within that there's a whole library of somatic practices, whether you can work with tapping or yoga or breath work. So I would definitely recommend just beginning a practice, even if it's a 10-minute, there's no one size fits all. So there'll be certain things. It's about being curious. It's about seeing yourself and your life as an experiment.
Yeah.
So that's when the experiment starts. The first coaching session, it's like, we get a new member and it's like, okay, how can we help you then begin to build your framework and experiment with your life and who you are. And then there's a library. There's also a library of specialized classes. We'll often invite people in to just so it's like, okay, what's for me? You can do a bit of picking and choosing with guidance.
Yeah.
So that's where I would say, so it's like start a practice, start reflecting, like from tonight, get into bed and go, what did I enjoy about today? What nourished me? What was good? In fact, always start with, and where could I have been more skilled? Not what did I do wrong? Where could I have been more skilled? Okay, look at it, be honest, because again, it's not about going, not happening, it's not happening. Everything's that fine line. Are we suppressing or are we directing energy? And the thing is, you're always practicing something. What we're doing right now, we're practicing. So how you're feeling, how you're breathing, how it's all practice, because practice then becomes your personality, then becomes who you are, becomes your story. All you're doing is redirecting your practice, like, how could I just feel lighter in this moment? What was that exercise I did this morning that felt really good? Even a simple energy shower where you're tapping all over your body, shaking.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is if you're feeling nervous, often like, look, why am I doing this? Okay, go with it. Go and do a good shake. Your body's trying, like animals do it, they shake and then it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like we often just ignore it or go against it. So when we get that big stress response, we take it in and we don't do anything. And at the end of the day, you've got this adrenaline coursing through you.
Just release it.
So I'd say start where you are, start reflecting, start a practice, and give yourself really gentle actions.
Yeah. Because
when we break a promise that we've made to ourselves, it knocks your self-esteem again. So you don't want to go, we can get all inspired and go home and go, right, that's it. I'm going to do yoga for 2 hours every day and I'm going to do this. No,
start small.
Do 10 minutes, do a reflection, put that piece of paper down, done. Let's do that again tomorrow. And that's the content. And you're not going to get your survival go, hang on a minute, we don't know this. Yeah. Because that part of you, even if you're doing something really good for yourself, have you had that experience where you can be really enjoying something and then, I don't know, you just forget to do it or you lose momentum and your survival will always crop up and go, wait a minute, we don't know this. I don't care, this happiness thing that you're going for. I don't know that. And I don't care about that. My job is to make sure you're still breathing tomorrow. Let's just do that. Let's do what we did yesterday. So we'll naturally do that when we try and change. Quick change, we'll be on alert to immediately. Yeah. So you're much better off not really doing that. Yeah.
So just like finding something that you can stick to that's like smaller things. Doesn't have to be an hour, it could be 10 minutes, like, I don't know, yoga, YouTube videos, something like just start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. I like that. Reflection. Talk to me about reflection. How do you actually reflect? Because all I see on Instagram is people just like, oh yeah, I've got this diary and it's like, I tried it. I tried it for like a week. I'm like, I'm bored now. Yeah. But like what I do now is like before bed, I literally like just like rewind the whole day and then pick up moments and then nice. And like sometimes I pray, sometimes I don't. But I just say thank God for another day. Yeah. And then tomorrow's another day. That's like nice. How should we reflect?
How? Again, there's how long's a piece of string?
Yeah,
like,
literally.
What works for you? Like for you, even it might even. What I would say, I would log it in some way because it's great what you're doing for sure, and it will benefit you. Yeah. When it really benefits is to have a little read back, and I what I always say to people, this works for me, and again, it doesn't work for everyone. If you're having a good blast and you want to go. go through something that's not gone well, and you may not write that, it might be something you think about, but what I would do, I would use somatics as you're thinking about what hasn't gone wrong to change your response to it. That's another way that you can work with really simple ways of soothing the body. So, I always say to people, you can rant as much as you want, but when you rant, be doing like tapping or telling your body, this isn't a trauma, I don't have to hold this.
Yes.
And actually what often happens at the end of that, and this is a way of reflecting as well, that say you've had a really, really rubbish day.
Yeah.
You can do it, but do it like simple tapping on, you're on the triple warmer point here. There are certain points that you can tap on that directly affect different emotions. I don't know if you know EFT.
No, I don't. But I've heard about EFT.
Such a wonderful model.
Yeah.
And basically what you're doing is you're going, that was just an absolutely awful day. I can't believe they did that. And as you're doing this, what you're doing is calming the amygdala, which will set off the stress response. In a nutshell, this is the sign. It reduces the amount of activity in the amygdala.
Yeah.
So your body, as you're tapping, you start to feel better.
Wow.
And whenever I'm working with someone, I know, because they'll get to the point that I'll go, okay, well, how do you feel about that now? And they'll just go, oh, I can't really get it now. It's just, you can't, it's not.
Yeah.
So that's a great, if you were someone that I don't want to write, I don't want to, you could do voice notes. That's another thing. Definitely on the stuff I would do somatics with it. But also with when you're going through what you were skilled, take it into your body, like really take it, go, that was really good. I really appreciate myself for that. Take a moment, take in the good.
Yeah.
If you can, even just make a note of that.
Write it down,
5 gratitudes.
Yeah.
Just that thing, this is what I'm thankful for today. If you're not enjoying it, just drop it.
Yeah,
Again, I always say,
it's got to be something
there's getting this right. It's
Yeah.
right for you. But I would encourage people, like I said, with the negative bias, you forget what you've done that's helped you. You forget how far you've come when the challenges come, and they will come.
Yeah. I want to explore some scenarios with you. Let's say you've just gone through a hard breakup or a divorce, for example. How can somatic help in that scenario, and what could you do?
Are you talking about in relationship to somebody else, or just particularly your situation?
Interesting. Like to somebody else. Let's say to the person you just left. How do you begin to
change your feelings, or
and find yourself as well?
Yeah. Do you know it boils down to those principles every single time? It's like being that. What we often want to do is make it better really quickly. And this is the thing, there's being over trauma informed and staying in that story, which there's a wonderful lady, Caroline May, she calls it woundology. And it's almost like we can then get to, I'm here because it's your fault, and stay in that. Go in that period of time when you go, this really hurts. Break the story. It's as soon as you hear yourself going, because you did this, you did that, you're then putting yourself in prison again, because you can't change the past. If they don't change their behavior, you're not going to change. You're not going to feel better. So the moment you go, when they did this, I felt this, that really hurt. I felt that was painful. I really miss them. I'm sorry that this hasn't worked. Just being honest with you, because this is where your power is, with your feelings. It's like, this is what's happened. That's where I would start. If you're really going to hone in your energy, reflect on that, notice that. Yeah. Check in on yourself. What can I do right? Do I need a really long bath? Do I just need to go and phone a friend and get them to tell me what's great about me? What is it?
Come on, tell me.
Yeah, come on. I'm going to use this. It's direct. If you always go back to what is it? What are my needs? And I think when we can look through behavior, even with other people, when you look through the behavior and you go, say someone's, cheated on you or whatever, you might look at it and go, okay, you're insecure. you're scared. You can't connect. Maybe, again, we never really know. But if you're, and not in a way that it's a judgment, but just going, I know fear. I know what it's like to feel insecure. It doesn't mean that you're lying down and letting somebody walk. You have your boundary of, that's not okay. I'm looking after me. But one of your ways of looking after you is to not focus on them. It's not about them. No one has the power to change your feelings, really.
Yes, true.
You know, I mean, we've got to be pretty enlightened to get to that place, of course, for sure. You know,
yes.
But if you remind yourself of that you know, and then you will get to a point of going, what was good about that? What am I going to learn from this? How can I support myself better in the future?
Yeah.
Because what we often do if we don't have that is we, so I talk with my hands a lot.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
We do, where was I then? Lost my train. Well, if we get into this pattern that, you know, that we've, oh no, where was I?
I was talking about like giving other people power over yourself and you owning that power and taking control.
Yeah, and if you get into that habit again, it's just like, okay, where's the reflection on this? Where can I bring it back? I'm not taking it personally. It's like, if you get into that habit of going, okay, it's the feeling without the story.
Yeah.
That's when you can, you know, that's where your power is.
Yeah.
And that's where you're happier, you're more cooperative, you're more compassionate. It's a win-win. Yeah. I think this is what the world needs. Yeah. It is what the world needs.
Yeah.
You know, that we're not getting more and more defensive. We're not, at the heart, we are kind, compassionate, cooperative.
Yeah.
And anything else is just hurts in the way.
Yeah.
It's just hurt people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing. People can also say, oh, you're just being selfish. It's all about you reflecting on it. No, you're not, because you can only give what you have.
Yeah.
And if you're guilt-ridden and you're giving that all the time, you're passing that on. You're dumping your feelings rather than, you know, really having a proper exchange.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when we don't reflect as well, what we often do is like you finish that relationship and then a few months later you end up in it's the same story. It's just a different cast, you know. It's
of course.
It's, you know, or you leave your job and then you get the same boss back. And that's where reflection can go, hang on a minute, I've done it again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm back in this situation. What is it in me that's creating this? You know, so it's really, really useful.
I love that.
We're all blind.
Yeah.
We're all blind. Yeah. We've all got our blind spots, you know. It's kind
Absolutely. But I think, awareness is the way forward. And being able to reflect, I think is important. That's what I'm trying to do as much as possible. It's funny, like I'm doing an affirmation card, but affirmation cards are going to be, actually, do I have it here? I do have it here. They're going to be the only one on the market that's got action on it, because I believe affirmations are important, but I feel like actions are also important.
Yeah.
I'm sure you give a little preview. And then for me, it's helped me massively. So I think 2 years ago, I was at a really low point, and really randomly, I thought, what could I do? I've never done it before. I was like, I'm just going to start doing this. Yeah. I did it. So last year, every single day on Instagram, I posted an affirmation on social media. Yeah. And now I feel like I've become more aware of who I am as a person. And I've gained a lot of strength through that.
So perfect.
And also as well, like allowing myself to feel the feeling, even though it might be uncomfortable, has massively like changed my life. Because now I'm not resisting as much anymore. I'm like, okay, this guy just drove past the car, like this is like I was in the right here, but it's okay. Like we just let it go, because it happens, and just move on. Yeah. One, how important is that to be able to let go? Right. And just allow yourself to feel the feeling.
Both are important.
Very important.
You know, because I think what I would say is if you truly can't let go, sit with it. You know, it's like, it's okay not to move on. Again, whatever works for you, you might just talk it out. You might talk it out with a friend, you might journal, but it's just like, okay, this is still with me. And be, again, watch the because and they did this and it's not, those kind of things. The other words and really, you know, language is so important that when you find yourself go, I've got to, I must, I have to let this go. I've got to, the got tos and drop them. It's like, I choose to, I would like to, I'm ready to, you know, it's more empowering. That first of all, honesty, it sets you free. It's like, okay, that really annoyed me what they did. It's still with me. And there might be a part of you that goes, okay, maybe there's that bit of you that goes, please don't forget this because it's really, really important. So it's like, take the lesson. What's the lesson? At what point could I have maybe stepped in a bit before? And if you really weren't aware, okay, can I forgive myself for this? You know, the other thing that I find useful for letting go is just go, do you know what? Something else is looking after that. I'm not in charge.
That in mind.
What goes around comes around. You know, it does help.
Yeah.
But I'd say both again, and it's that honesty and, you know, the reflection, the practice, the action of, like, that's such a beautiful action. It's just, because often you think of action of, right, I'm going on that diet. It's like, no, it can be, I'm going to smile at myself. I'm going to high five myself. Yeah, literally, and that's a lovely example. What you said, it's like that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Just doing that little things and the fact that you got those and it's like, you know what, life's working for me. There are things around, little signs all the time that go, let me help you.
Yeah.
And the more that we do that and acknowledge it, then it's just great.
I love
Life's
that.
good.
I want to go through more of the somatic techniques. I think you've run through a lot of it. Is there any more of that, you know, you've got?
I mean, actually, I was just saying if you wanted to strengthen affirmations as well, I'll send you a few YouTube links for sure, and maybe you can put them underneath.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.
But the simple things like holding the head, bringing the blood back to the brain. I mean, these are things that, because I'm sitting down, there's a tapping, which I'll put the link so you can be reminded. Yeah. And as you tap, just breathe in, start where you are. You know, if you're feeling angry, be angry. And then you get to a point after a little bit, it will be, okay, I'm feeling the charge go down. You acknowledge it. Okay, well, I was feeling really angry, but now, you know, actually I'm feeling better now. It's calming down. Finish on a positive. Always get to the point, I feel easy in my body. I'm happy. I love and accept myself completely. That's one way of using it. If you needed to change a state, one of the most empowering things is when you realize you can change your state at any moment if you've just got the tools to do it.
Yeah.
If you were working this, I love doing this. It's great. And we do these experiments on the platform where we do like 21-day experiments. And every day, one of them we did is you just upgrade yourself. So every morning you start with tapping and you go, what's the best version of you? What's the best thing that can happen today? You really bring the feelings up and you're tapping them in.
Yeah.
And the other one is whenever you're feeling good, when you've got that moment, if you tap here, the third eye, that goes down the central meridian. It goes down the bladder energy pathway that governs the nervous system. It's a great way to tap in when you've got feelings that you want to hold. And that's not a habit we're great at. You know, what we tend to do is shift on.
Yeah, move on.
What's that saying? We're like Velcro for negative and Teflon. It's like, okay, moving on, better. Yeah. And it's like, no, stop a moment. Become Velcro for that.
Yeah,
go, I'm going to take that in.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap that in. I'm going to take it into my bones. And that, you know, definitely a way to... It's starting that dialogue. Like when we... At the very beginning of our conversation, we were talking about this stress response. And basically your body's just trying to talk to you. It's like, wait, we're in danger. What's going on? And the moment you go, okay, I'm listening, just like anything, when somebody listens to you, it's such a relief. And when even someone going, I can see I've hurt you.
Yeah.
It's that moment of, How nice is that?
Yeah, yeah.
And how often do we do that?
Not enough
for ourselves,
no.
And so, yeah, tapping it in. The other thing is the left side of the brain operates the right side of the body. The right side of the brain operates the left, yeah? Now, our natural movements as hunter-gatherers would be walking, climbing. We get a natural swing.
Yeah.
When we start to run homolaterally, and this often happens if you're at a computer a lot, if you're not or sometimes at the gym as well, when we're doing like these
lateral
kind
raises.
of movements,
yeah,
we want to get some crossovers going. The more crossovers you put into your exercise, the more you get in this pattern. So even, really simple, it's just
like,
doing something where you're, or even standing, just getting in a swing, big figure of eights with your hands. You almost feel it click in when you get that. You know that you're connected.
Yeah.
When you're doing that, you're firing on all cylinders. When it's like this, it's easier to get depressed, feel negative. Your body won't heal. You can't change habits. So simply with the somatics as well. There is another link I'll give you, which is just a daily energy routine. If you want to start this and start to calm the stress response, talk to your body. And there's a beautiful system in us called the radiant circuits.
Oh.
And their job, and these are, they're in all the ancient scriptures, in ancient medicine, in ancient practices. Their job is for you to have a great life. And when your stress response is doing what it should do, coming up when you're in danger and relaxing, they can really work for you, because we are wired for joy. We're wired for pleasure. And what happens is the radiant circuits get numbed.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of circuits in the body. There's the bridge flow that connects you to life, that helps you to bridge your emotions from fear to courage. And there's a regulator that gets all the hormones regulated and helps you to regulate your emotions. There's the penetrating that takes life deeply.
Wow.
Like, for example, when you do this.
Yeah.
You're connecting with the penetrating flow that runs deeply, and when we're trying to gather deep thoughts.
Yeah.
So there's so much we do.
That is so true. You never think of it, because like when I'm thinking, I'm like this.
Yeah, well, that's on your triple warmer point.
Wow, yeah.
And we are so smart.
We are so smart, because you don't even think about doing it. You just do it.
Yeah, and watch what you do, because even like when I was talking about crossovers. There's a Wayne Cook posture, which is you get lots of crosses in your body. And whenever you're going to present, if you've got a difficult conversation, get everything crossing, go to that posture.
Wow.
Get yourself in line, and everything changes. I used to teach in schools.
Sorry. I'm getting my crosses in.
I used to teach in schools, and whenever there was a disruption in the class, we used to get it that when we left, do that first.
Wow.
Because again, going into other areas of knowing yourself better, like the systems, like the human design and astrology, there's also the primary modes. So there's different ways that you will respond under stress. And when taught in schools, so there's ways that we go into stress where you'll be someone that will always lose the argument because you'll get so emotional. There are people that get cooler, calmer and collected, and really helping the teachers understand that. And one of the ways to get back to neutral is use the posture. Wow. So drop everything. Stop trying to and get into
get your crosses in.
Get your body in order. Get yourself into that play. Then you're, if not, you're wasting your time and energy. You know what it's like.
Yeah, of course.
In an argument, in a relationship, and you have that same argument and you think you're getting somewhere. When you drop that, get into your body, get into that truthful state.
Yeah.
That's when we will naturally look for harmony then.
Yeah.
In a way that looks after ourselves, because that's the blurred boundary as well, the self-sacrificing, I want harmony, but it's at the detriment of me.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. it's like, it's almost like getting like a bird eye view of yourself a little bit, like taking yourself a little bit away, like actually, you know, I love, I feel like I could be here talking to you about this all day.
I know, I'm quite excited.
So tell me, like, where can people find you, and if they want to work with you, or if they want to find out more about yourself?
Yeah, so Hannah Cummins and I, we work together. So Hannah, as you know, you met Hannah, she's a coach, and brilliant coach actually, and works with human design, astrology. So she's got a really unique way. I work as a coach and particularly with somatic practices. And so we are together at A Handpicked Life. So at the moment, we have actually got a free training as well. So if you go to the website and sign up for that, and it talks about these pillars and how you can get started with a daily practice.
Oh, I like that.
I'll also put a couple of links if people want to really.
Yeah, so you've got a website as well, and you've got a YouTube channel, right?
Handpickedlife.com is the website.
Yeah.
We've got a membership platform where we've created the framework basically. Yeah. So we do a monthly on a new moon, around the new moon, we meet, set the tone for the month. So there's always again, it's a time to educate a little bit, explore. We might look at, you know, how light affects the body, looking at developing better sleep patterns. It could be anything. And then we'll have a look at the month just lived. It's a time to reflect. And then at the full moon, we always have a sharing circle. So that's not recorded. Yeah. Everything that we do is recorded and goes into a library. So some people really use the lives. Most of our members do it at their own pace, and, you know,
I like that.
So, and then there's a whole library of somatic practices on there. There's also the workshops where Hannah goes deeper into human design, astrology. Hannah does a weekly forecast as well.
Yeah, I've seen it on Instagram.
How can we navigate this? And,
I love that.
So the membership is there if you want to go through that. We also do have a video that takes you on a walkthrough of the membership, so you can have a peek inside.
I love that.
And there's our YouTube channel that's got plenty on there to.
We'll link everything on the description so people can find you. Brilliant. What's the one truth or tool you hope everyone walks away with after hearing this conversation?
I think it's that thing that the power's in you, that it is in you. You know, that you can change your state, and if you can change your state, you can change anything.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm going to stop there because and. But
Right, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank
it's been lovely speaking to you. I feel like I could go on all day, but I think let's save it for part 2. Because I feel like there is so much more that I want to get into. Yeah. But until next time, thank you. I love high-fiving people as well. Thank you. And that's it for today's episode. If something resonated with you, please do one thing. Share it. Send it to a friend, post it on your story, or just talk about it with someone you trust. These conversations matter. And please, don't forget to subscribe, rate the show, and download each episode. It helps more people find this space and join our movement. And if you're ready to go deeper, join us at empoweredhumantribe.co.uk and on our socials at Empowered Human Tribe. I'm your host, Adeshina Adeshokon. You are not alone, you are not too late, and you are more powerful than you've ever been told. This is Empowered Human Podcast. Keep on shining. I will see you next time, my friend.